Well, nothing was going to wash out this party. Named for the Hall of Famer Don Shula, it's the Shula Bowl. So, a lot of fresh squeezed orange juice throughout the day here in Boca Raton, Florida. Lane Kiffin and FIU hosting Butch Davis and FIU with a whole lot of stake in Conference USA. Florida Atlantic can take sole possession for the meantime of first place in Conference USA East because Marshall has the bye, but Marshall beat FAU here last month, so they hold the tiebreak. FAU can eliminate FIU from their slim hopes for a East Division title. And welcome inside FAU Stadium, where we're nice and dry. Noah Kozlov and the two-time Super Bowl champion Max Starks. Down on the sideline, Amina Smith, well, she's drying out for now. A lot of emotions going into this one, since there are 89 players on FIU side who are from Florida. FAU has 92. These guys go way back. How do you keep your emotions in check?
I think the biggest thing emotionally, knowing what's at stake. You're trying to get to first place. You're trying to make sure you keep in pace. So even though you don't like the guy across from you, or you used to like the guy across from you, you have to keep it all red and white tonight. White for the Panthers, red for the Fowls.
I know you never liked anybody on the Ravens side when you two faced off against each other in the NFL. What do you make of the quarterback matchup in this one with Robinson and Morgan?
Well, I think the biggest thing, when you look at the progression of both of these guys from last year to this year, they've been great managers, but they also haven't turned the ball over on either side. So they've been very good about making smart decisions, getting the ball out of bounds when you don't have anything left instead of forcing it into tight pockets, and they're going to need that tonight. The conditions could be up and down tonight, so the ground game will be key. So whatever either one of these guys do, they don't give the ball away.
Yeah, well, that's been the key for FAU this season, has been the turnover margin, one of the best in the country. And last year, well, they couldn't get a turnover, and Lane Kiffin says it's luck. What do you make of it?
No, I think when it comes down to it, Glenn Spencer's really the difference. Coming over from Charlotte after their whole staff got turned over, and now he's here in FAU. He has attacking players. He has a different skill set of players. Like you said, 92 guys from Florida. That's what Glenn Spencer does. He attacks, he blitzes, he twists his D linemen, and makes it opportunistic for the DBs, and they have a lot.
All right, here come the Owls hosting FIU, the Shula Bowl. Kickoff from Boca next. Tonight's game is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. And by Persil. Tackle tough game day stains with Persil Pro Clean Laundry Detergent. Premium clean for your premium gear. We talked about the quarterbacks. How about the big guys on defense, Max?
Well, I think it's the quarterbacks and defense. Both middle backers for both teams are the stars to watch. These guys do everything. Sage Lewis, the only thing you don't see there is a block kick that helped FIU win a game. And also on the other side, Achilles Leroy for FAU. He's leading the team in tackles, TFLs, and sacks. So watch wherever he is, you will find him.
Our coaches are quite recognizable both by face and by name. Lane Kiffin on the right. They were hired a month apart, and they're both 22 and 13. Kiffin, age 44, 8th year as a college head coach, Tennessee, USC, and FAU. And there's Butch Davis, turns 68 next Sunday in his 3rd season here at FIU. Down on the sideline, she is drying out, Amina Smith.
Definitely drying out. This rivalry between FAU and FIU runs deep down here in South Florida. Close to 50% of the players that you'll see here on the field today have either played with or against each other since their Pop Warner days. FIU defensive lineman Noah Curtis told the Miami Herald that he knows just about half of FAU's roster, and he expects it to be an intense rivalry matchup here on the field today. Guys, when you take a look at these rosters for both the Owls and the Panthers, you'll see that close to a dozen players have all come from the same high school in the Miami area. However, guys, don't forget that there are plenty of people here. So although they're friends 364 days out of the year, this one day, they're stone cold rivals.
Yeah, they certainly are. Thank you, Amina. Stay dry. The rain has stopped for now. The Shula Bowl, named for Don Shula, the Hall of Fame Dolphins head coach. Florida Atlantic leading it 12-4. They've won 3 of the last 4, winning all 2 under Lane Kiffin. Butch Davis looking for his first win in this rivalry. FAU won the toss. They deferred. So FIU will start with the football.
Yeah, Devontae Price back deep. This is one of the changeup guys who's going to get a lot of burn in this game.
It's been raining off and on all day long. And Devontae Price asks for the fair catch at the 2-yard line.
I mean, and think about this. Who wants to run and get hit when you can fair catch it and get the ball out to the 25 nowadays? Unless you're like that
nobody.
Elite returner.
Why would you?
I'm just taking the free ball.
James Morgan quarterbacking this FIU offense for the 2nd season. Grad student. Graduated in 3 years from Bowling Green with a pre-law degree. Now he's getting his master's in accounting. 187 yards per game.
That's a great mustache. No
Think
Shave
after-
November. He's thinking about it.
Looks like that's been growing a lot longer than just November. Throwing the ball on 1st down. A quick hit for a gain of 4. It's caught by Tony Gator.
And just a nice quick drop route and made it nice and easy. Get Morgan comfortable in this game, throw a lot of quick, efficient throws.
Hand off to Napoleon Maxwell. But a yard and a half short of that 1st down.
And FIU running no up-tempo, no-huddle offense, getting on the ball, taking the page out of FAU's book.
And that's a page that FAU would like to have as well on the defensive side of the ball. And there is Achilles Leroy, who we spotlighted in the open.
And Achilles Leroy, I told you, if the ball is going to be out, expect him to be somewhere near around him or Rashad Smith. These 2 stud linebackers make a lot of tackles. They have over 130 between the 2 of them, so they're everywhere on this defense.
Tommy Heatherly back to punt. Leads Conference USA punting average 43.5 yards per game. Dante Coussart lets it bounce, and it nearly is downed at the 1, but it goes into the end zone. I think Stanley and Thomas Oliver, all he had to do is bat it out. Instead, he dove on it and ended up in the end zone.
Well, I think he saw it hit the goal line. And so let's take another look at it. It was right, I mean, the perfect kick it back out. Something. And then it hits the goal line and he just dives on it. I mean, at least use the foot wedge. I mean, give a shot at it.
Chris Robinson in his 2nd season, the redshirt sophomore. Suspended in the offseason, started his career at Oklahoma, and he leads an up-tempo FAU offense. They like to snap that football every 15, 17 seconds. And a quick sweep And it's D'Angelo Antoine.
Antoine is the jet sweep guy, so when you see him in motion, more often than not, he usually will run that jet sweep or a decoy route for something else. And this guy's a speedster, so you don't want him to get to the edge.
It's a gain of 3 on first down. Robinson throws on second down. Travis Harrison out of about the 26.
And what a great job of coming up and making that play. Isaiah Brown stuck to Pico Harrison on the catch, so not a lot of yak after that one.
Brings up 3rd and 4 from the 26. FAU converting on nearly 41% of their third downs. They convert here and getting a little bit more. Chauncey Mason, who will line up in the backfield and also split out wide, has into plenty for the first down.
And Mason just ran a kind of a check swing route there, and Chris Robinson hit him in stride, and nice first down for FAU.
We'll not be seeing Larry McCammon out there today, number 3. The freshman running back is out. B.J. Emmons, there was some thought about the running back coming back this week. He may be playing later this season as the draw is snuffed out quickly by Rashard Dames into the backfield.
One thing I would like to have seen there is Chris Robinson, even though it's a quarterback design draw, let your running back lead block for you. He was running stride for stride, and they both ran in the hole at the same time. A little bit more patience there, and it probably would have opened up a lot more for him.
Under 3 minutes gone by here in the first quarter on 2nd and 10. A big hole. And there's Mason again. Chauncey Mason last week, 11 carries for 60 yards. He's got 2 big plays resulting in first downs here in the first quarter. And he'll get it again. Across midfield, good enough for that first down.
And what a great opportunity, running a single counter, and Chauncey Mason just has that patience, lets his guard get the block, and then he hits the hole right off of his butt, and a nice big gain. One of those chunk plays you look for in this contest.
Yeah, and you can see that the defensive linemen coming in, FAU trying to snap the football. FIU, they want to rotate 8 defensive linemen, but that's tough to do given this pace.
It is, and that's one of the things Butch Davis was consummate about, getting those guys in and out on the field.
A quick hit to Antoine again for a short gain.
And FIU doing a great job of limiting the yards after catch for a lot of these short, quick routes that Chris Robinson is throwing.
The handoff this time to Malcolm Davidson, the redshirt freshman, Kissimmee, Orlando area, about 2.5 hours from here.
Right in my backyard from where I grew up in Orlando. Shadow of Disney in the background. Looking to the sideline for the adjustment. Got Charlie Weiss and looks like the backup quarterback Nick Tronti giving signals.
On 3rd and 7, they hand the ball off. And Malcolm Davidson, not enough for the first down. It looks like FAU is playing 4-down territory here anyway.
Yeah, at least try and see if you can run a hard count, try and get these guys off. Or, I mean, utilize your big tight end, Harrison Bryant, and John Rain, your other tight ends. This is their money area.
You can see Bryant there, 40, going in motion, and right up the gut, it's Malcolm Davidson. Davidson across the 20, carrying the defender. And Malcolm Davidson is setting up FAU.
And a great job, Harrison Bryant coming across the formation. Guys were looking at him. You hand it off to Davidson underneath, and you got DBs and you got Davidson. That is a big change difference, and you've got to keep your eyes in the backfield. You can't get enamored with the pass catchers, even though Harrison Bryant is one of the best in the country.
Not all players were set for a full second before the snap. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Makes it 1st and 15, ball on the 16. We get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's Davidson again, who didn't play last week. He was injured last week, has missed 3 games this season. Around the left side, and Davidson, the star of the drive, takes it in himself, and FAU is on the board first.
And what a great job in this drive between using Chauncey Mason early on and then the change up back. Malcolm Davidson coming into the game, breaks off a long run, and then they run a counter to the left on that last play. He just follows his blockers and finds pay dirt.
Vladimir Rivas on for the extra point. 11 plays, 70 yards. The 6-yard rush, Malcolm Davidson, 7-0 outs.
Give me that bass, 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 give me that bass. Give me that bass, 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 give me that bass.
Let's take another look at that touchdown drive, the 2 key plays. The first one we're going to show is the inside zone. Harrison Bryant is lined up in this edge position. It's going to get the vision of the backs, and those backside D linemen looking at the play. Harrison Bryant goes into motion. The zone goes the opposite direction. Malcolm Davidson, 1-step cut on the backside and then takes it all the way down the side there. And then on this play, the counter, we're looking at the center, we're looking at the tackle, and both of these guys pull and clear it out for Malcolm Davidson. Just follows his tackle, Marquise Robinson, around the edge and right into the end zone. Those were the 2 key plays.
5 carries, 52 yards for Davidson. The 10-yard touchdown run has FAU in front by a touchdown. And Austin Maloney will ask for the fair catch and start with it at the 25. As you see Davidson getting looked at again. Missed some time with the lower body injuries. Again, take a look at by the training staff. See what James Morgan can do here after FIU failed to move the football in their opening drive.
Yeah, got to get a little bit of versatility in this drive, but also you got to get some high percentage throws out there, get him comfortable, and get this game going to where you can have a 2-way go. You don't want to get too far behind in FAU, and then you're forced to have to throw the ball.
3 wide receivers. 23, Maxwell, is lined up in the backfield. And it's Maxwell who has it and maybe gets a couple. Max, Butch Davis wants this offense to be multi-dimensional, but when you get behind, then that's when it fails to do so.
It does, and I think that's why they have to make sure that they're continuing drives, getting the ball down the field, because you want to have access to those shot plays off of your run game. You want that play action to work in your favor. You don't want to get into shotgun 4 wides every single play trying to play catch up against this FAU team. This defense is too good for that.
Morgan directing traffic, a much slower pace to this drive. Play action, under pressure, finds Maxwell in the flat, and he is dragged out of bounds.
Minimal gain. The pocket started collapsing. This secondary for FAU is pretty good. It's led by Zion Gilbert, Devon Brown, Chris Tooley, and James Pierre. James Pierre had 2 picks last week, so you know you don't want to throw to him in a pinch, but these guys are covering up their receivers. I need to see more short, more creative games. Use that quick screen game to get James Morgan comfortable and get those defenders to pull up in the box more.
FAU sporting a 3rd down defense, 33.5% conversion rate for their opponents, 3rd best in Conference USA, throwing on 3rd down and sneaking across the 1st down marker, it appears, Shamar Thornton. And see where this ball is spotted, and the chains are moving.
And a good job by Shamar Thornton. You catch it a little short of the sticks, but then kind of did a little spin move to get out of it and then stretched his body out to get the 1st down.
A career week for him last week against ODU, 125 yards receiving. Maxwell on 1st and 10, nowhere to go. Rashad Smith leading the way for the Owls defense.
And the defense doing a great job. They utilize what we call a slant technique. They slant to the offense's right, and that's exactly where they were trying to run the ball. So when you do that, the angles work in their favor and not a lot of cutback room if you're a running back for FIU trying to find a lane.
And I think Rashad Smith will have a NFL career from Homestead High School, about an hour 20 south of here in the Miami area. 2nd and 11 for the Panthers. Morgan into the flat and out near the 1st down marker again is Shamar Thornton. Going to be about a yard short.
And there seems to be a down offensive lineman for FIU. Can't get up. I can't see a number to see who it is.
It's like Shaquille Williams down on the ground. We'll step aside, come back after this. Tonight's game is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. So it looked like Shaquille Williams, the redshirt senior, 74, the right guard, got his leg rolled up on.
And it looks like Mershawn Miller is going to be filling in for him at the right guard position as he gets evaluated on the sideline.
And also in a quarterback, we've got 7, Kalen Wiggins, the redshirt sophomore from Sanford, Florida. He's thrown 26 passes this season. He'll keep it himself.
That's good enough for a first down.
Barely gets that first down, but it is enough. And James Morgan will come back in as Wiggins does his job. We're going to see Wiggins a bit, and then on the other side, we'll see Nick Trani, and he's got a full package of plays for a Tim Tebow-like quarterback.
Yeah, I was about to say, or a Cal Trask Emory Jones, if we're going to stay with Florida and keep it current. Not that I watched the Florida-Vanderbilt game today.
No, that's all you do is talk Florida. So I always thought I was helping you out with Tim Tebow, but I guess it wasn't enough.
Yeah, you got to go current. Got to go current.
On first down, Morgan over the middle. He's got his tight end, Sterling Palmer. Gain of 6 on first down to bring up 2nd and 4, and FIU will try to speed things up.
Yeah, coming off the timeout, you want to do some change-up things.
Maxwell trying to get around the edge, breaks 1 tackle.
Somebody help the chain gang out. He got rolled on one.
That's scary when you're not looking for it. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
In fact, the chain gang guy was so shook up, he started grabbing the chains and the marker and just started moving. It's like I had to have been a first down if I got hit.
Hey, but he's back up.
Back up.
Well done. Well done.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Dangerous over there, especially the ground's been wet, been raining off and on all day. It was coming down right before a kick, and then
magically cleared up for Amina, so it's good.
Yeah, she stayed dry all day.
Yeah.
4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 3rd and 2, looking for the big chunk, and it's incomplete. Defending Devon Brown, as Morgan was looking for Austin Maloney.
And if James Morgan, he had the crossing route with Shamar Thornton coming from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen, so coming right to left, and he cleared across the 2 crossers, and that was wide open for the first down. But I see what he saw with Austin Maloney, but Maloney was running right in the middle, bringing those 2 safeties with him. Very tough throw.
Tommy Heatherly on again. Punt coverage is best in FCS. Is FIU. Yikes, over the head of Heatherly. So for the best coverage unit in FBS, we've had a mistake near the goal line, which could have pinned FIU at the 1. And that snap, unable to be handled.
And Tommy Heatherly catching the ball, came a little high, slipped. This ground is wet, so imagine your long snapper has the ball in the ground and he's pressing into it so he can get the proper spin. It's going to pick up some water, and it just slips through the hands of Heatherly. Heads up, though, to turn around and get the ball, because you didn't want to magnify an issue with possible fumble recovery and return for a touchdown, because there was nobody back there. So luckily, Heatherly covered up the football.
So that's a loss of 19. And FAU is set up with the ball on the 37-yard line. In motion, it's flipped and poked out of bounds. Angelo Antoine took the sweep again.
And it was scary, because as soon as he got that sweep, I want to say that looked like Tarver was immediately in the backfield after the snap and kind of forced Antoine to bow backwards and lose some yardage, allowed for enough time for FIU to get on top of him.
Gain of 1 on first down, but then more good defense from FIU. It's Rashard Dames again in the backfield.
And Dames is a guy, he has 3 TFLs on the season, so he's very active with blitzing in the backfield and playing run support. Now he adds another TFL to his resume.
A loss of 1 on the play, so it's 3rd and 10.
And FIU really playing good defense off of the sudden change of a bad situation, getting the short field. They're doing a good job of defending. Let's see if they can defend here on 3rd and long.
Robinson hands off on 3rd and 10. Mason. And Mason is dropped.
Tahir Tart coming in, the big man at D tackle, strafing down the line of scrimmage and waiting for that cutback lane. And that's good retrace. When you see a defender going to the outside and he doesn't quite have the edge, expect the cutback. And Tart was there once the ball got turned back to the inside.
FAU's going to go for it here on 4th and 7. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Noah Kozlov, Max Starks, Amina Smith down on the sideline. Our stadium crew for the Shula Bowl. FAU leads this series all time 12-4. On 4th and 7, Robinson rolls out and the pass is low and dropped.
John Mitchell can't haul it in.
It'll be FIU football when we come back. Stadium is your new way to watch national sports. The only 24/7 network available on both television and digital devices without a cable subscription. Live and classic games, daily live studio, original programming. Check your local television listings or go to watchstadium.com. Stadium, welcome to the game. Also the best way to watch Amina Smith all week in studio out in Chicago. So turnover on down sets up FIU. And Maxwell, not much going on first down.
Team is swarming. Not sure if that was Tim Bonner, the defensive end, coming off the block on the edge. Probably the best defensive lineman for this FAU defense. He's a guy who makes a lot of plays off the edge.
Little trickeration, and FAU is not fooled.
Exactly.
This looks like one of those plays that the old Tecmo Bowl on Nintendo when you pick the other kid's play.
Yeah, it is, and not fooled at all. I mean, look at the great job on the edge. Safeties filling. Halloween was last week. So not this time. No trickeration here. No trick or treats.
On Eli Adams, the first one there. So it brings up 3rd and 12. FIU 2 for 4 on 3rd down tonight.
For the blitz.
Morgan under pressure, takes a hit, gets it away. But they'll be forced to punt is all in the backfield was Rashad Smith.
And they run a cross dog where the first linebacker blows up Achilles Leroy, and then Rashad Smith folds underneath or behind Leroy's initial block with the running back, and he gives James Morgan all that he can handle and more, forcing that errant throw. And now 4th down, another punt opportunity for FIU.
Last one resulted in a fumble and loss of 19 yards. See how this adventure goes. FAU brought the pressure, but Heatherly got it away. And it's a fair catch at the 29. Well, we all know Lane Kiffin has quite the personality. And he took to Twitter. So, at Wiseman G tweeted, yo, Lane Kiffin, let's win out the rest of the year, win the conference championship in our bowl game, then you can go to FSU. Sound like a deal? Given Willie Taggart leaving FSU. And Lane responds. And you know he's doing this himself, right? He's got to be the one responding here because this is his personality. No, but let's do all that and stay right here, then do it again next year. Come to FAU.
Pro mindset.
Pro mindset, hashtag Shula Bowl. Promoting the game here on Saturday, and Lane 22-13. Took his team to a bowl in 2017. On first down, play action, and it's a first catch for Harrison Bryant, fresh off his Senior Bowl invite. And Harrison Bryant, who leads all FBS tight ends in receptions and yards, has a big gain of 23 on first down. Robinson, another big gain on first down. This time it's D'Angelo Antoine and FAU with 2 big pass plays moving the sticks as the first quarter clock winds down.
And doing a great job here. Bryant quiet first couple of drives, and now making a big impact on this drive.
Not going to get the playoff before the end of the first quarter. So Bryant for 23. Antoine for 17. The Shula Bowl, 7-0 FAU after 1. Here's how FAU got on the board, the only score of the game. Part of an opening drive that went 80 yards, and Malcolm Davidson ran in from 10. He had a 31-yard rush on the drive. FAU with 69 rush yards in the first quarter. FIU has gone backwards 12 yards. FAU starts the second quarter In FIU territory, across the field, it's Harrison Bryant again. He's got 2 big gains on this drive.
Hey, remember that tight end that was leading all FBS in receptions? Well, we found him. He's here on the field tonight. Oh, fumble.
Look out. So the gain of 16 will be negated here.
Loss of about 10. On that errant snap, Chris Robinson, not sure if he came in a little low. Snap came in a little bad, and he was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Yeah.
Bad snap.
You can't squirt it across the lawn. Got to get it up in the air, get it at least a belt high. That's what the quarterback likes it.
Right through the wickets. Bring up 2nd and 20, ball in the 25. Robinson under pressure and is forced to throw it away. The defensive front from FIU getting into the face of Robinson. And FIU plays, and it's interesting to have Lane Kiffin here, and Monty Kiffin, his father, is around the team every day. He watches the games up on the 6th floor here at the stadium, who invented the Tampa 2. And then it's FIU who is running the Tampa 2 defense.
It is. I mean, and that's where it comes in, like, you know, as Monty would say, he doesn't want to interfere with his son's success. Free play. Oh. Yeah.
The officials blow it dead after FIU jumped.
I thought it was interesting. I thought they were going to let him play on the free play. And Rashard Dame's doing a great job of just batting that ball away just in case they tried to come back.
Offside with contact. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
All right, make it 3rd and 15 now with the ball in the 20.
Still think.
Or make that ball in the 25.
I think still based off of this, it's still 2-down territory for Lane. I mean, last 2 drives, he's gone for it when you've been in the plus 30 range, plus 35. So I think they're just trying to cut the distance on this play, if not go for the end zone.
FIU jumped again, and it is at the 20. This time it's a free play into the corner of the end zone, and it's broken up. Josh Turner. But FIU jumping
Offside.
on back-to-back plays.
Defense, number 43. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Discipline so key here, especially, yeah, I mean, you just walk the team back into the red zone after they got knocked out of the red zone. And now all of a sudden that 3rd and 20 now becomes a 3rd and 10. So they got a half just by forcing guys not to be, to listen to sounds versus watching the ball and then reacting.
FAU is the most heavily penalized team in Conference USA, not FIU, but it's FIU with back-to-back penalties here to bring up 3rd and 10 at the 15.
Very interesting. Harrison Bryant at the bottom of your screen, uncovered, being covered by a deep safety.
You're looking for Bryant, and it's knocked away in the end zone. Like Richard Dames, who came across to knock it away.
There's Harrison Bryant sitting in the inside slot on the right side, uncovered. The deep guy is who he's got covering, runs right in between the zone, and just the ball's thrown a little bit behind. Chris Robinson needs to put that ball in stride so you can catch in between the safety and that deep nickel that was covering him so you could get that touchdown, but throws it behind him, and now they're kicking a field goal.
A 32-yard attempt, and it's been an adventure this season, but this one is good for Vladimir Rivas. 10-0 FAU.
Give me that bass, 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 give me that bass. give me that bass, 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 give me.
Butch Davis's club trailing 10-0, and Max just 17 total yards of offense.
Yeah,
for
this
FIU.
is not the way that Butch Davis wanted his team to start. You talk about starting fast. They tried some change-up stuff, tried to go some no huddle, but it seemed the first drive got them off the field even quicker, and then the second off of a timeout, trying to change it up. They need to do a little bit more of spreading this FAU team out, getting to the outside corners, putting pressure on those slot positions and those nickels playing up, versus running right into the teeth of this defense, where it's their strong suit, where Achilles Leroy and Rashad Smith can get to the running backs and or the quarterback.
That second drive you don't see very often. 10 plays, 12 yards. That doesn't happen very often.
Does not happen.
And when coaches talk about negative plays, they'll point to something like that. Look, 10 plays, 12 yards.
Yeah. Glenn Spencer's happy about that result.
Sails into the end zone, and FIU will have the football on the 25. James Morgan, 5 for 7, 29 yards. Last week in the win against ODU, a touchdown victory, 24-17, 20 of 33, 252.
Got to throw downfield. That's the key thing. High efficiency numbers. Now he needs to hit those guys. Probably not throw it into double coverage when you got 2 underneath routes on 3rd and 2. That would help as well.
Maxwell in the backfield, Price in motion. The handoff is to Maxwell, and Maxwell is across midfield. The Owls are chasing him, and Napoleon Maxwell is into the end zone for a touchdown.
So, you know, when you see those old-time war movies, or you see any type of battle scene on old ships back in the 1800s, and they show the close-up of the side of the ship, and the cannon just rolls out, and the next thing you know, you see a cannonball. That's what Napoleon Maxwell was doing. He shot out of there like a cannon up the middle of this defense, a place that's been so strong for them early, where Rashad Smith, Achilles Leroy have been, but that motion, that little circle motion, got their eyes looking. Napoleon Maxwell took advantage and then went yard to the end zone.
It took just 12 seconds for Napoleon Maxwell to go 75 yards, his longest run of the season. The kick is up and good, make it a 10-7 ball game.
And here's the review. That little motion is what you needed, and you see the D-line running, but one stick, back door, the D lineman plays across the face of the center. He seals him. Napoleon Maxwell hits the hole on the backside, and then bye-bye. It looked like flames from behind, all those red shirts chasing Maxwell, but not fast enough to catch him before he hits his head on the goal post and puts the first score for FIU on the board. So not a bad per carry when you look at it. 7 carries, 81 yards, and of course that touchdown we just showed you gives him 11.6 a carry. Obviously, explosive plays the difference, and that's what we talked about in this drive. Looking at the punt in the first 3 drives, needing an explosive play, needing to get downfield. Well, why not use legs to get downfield? And that's what Napoleon Maxwell did.
7th touchdown of the season, and he came out of break talking about FIU's need for offense. And to eliminate negative plays, well, it's about as positive of a play as you can get. 1 play, 75 yards for the touchdown.
And 7th on the season for Maxwell. And funny enough, we haven't seen a lot of Anthony Jones in the backfield, who's their leading carrier and leading yardage guy for the backfield. We see more Devontae Price and Napoleon Maxwell in this early going of this football game.
Wind blowing it off the kickstand, and Jose Borregales will
tatted up on that right side of his body. I mean, kneecap to elbow. I mean, that's impressive ink there. And he has a light blue shoes. Everybody else has dark blue or white. Borregales sporting the teal aqua color.
Kicker's got to be different.
Exactly. Looks like he has Dolphins cleats on.
Maybe it's for Don Shula, since it is the Shula Bowl.
It is the Shula Bowl.
It's where I'll be next weekend. Patriot League football next Saturday. Dave Owens, Morgan Uber. 1 p.m. Eastern, Holy Cross at Fordham. Catch that game on Stadium. Welcome to the game.
How are those Patriot League games?
Pretty wild, actually.
Oh, they are?
Had a wide receiver from Maine earlier this season in a Maine Colgate game. Returned 197 yards for a touchdown, a kickoff, and then returned one for 100.
Wow.
In the same game.
That's pretty cool.
In a Princeton game, saw kids set the passing record with 7 touchdowns, and Princeton's been around for all 150 years, and D'Angelo Antoine with a gain of 9 on first down.
And what a great job of just following. I mean, Kevin Oliver chased D'Angelo Antoine all the way across the field, but D'Angelo Antoine comes up a little lame, limping as he tries to rush off the field. That's not a good sign, because that's your lead jet sweep guy and change of pace guy.
On 2nd and 1, that's enough for the first down. It's James Charles, his first carry.
Chris Whitaker in on the tackle at defensive end. One thing that Butch Davis really impressed about is his backup defensive ends, Whitaker and Alexis Jean-Baptiste. He says he feels confident with putting them in the game and rolling those guys, and even moving his D ends down to D-tackle every once in a while to change pace.
Look, a broken play from Robinson, and Robinson will keep it himself across the 40. Like John Mitchell wanted that football on the near side. He was jumping up and down, letting his quarterback know where he was.
But pressure. Tierre Tart again in the backfield causing issues. We got Whitaker down on the field for a second. So bring the trainers out to check on him.
Chris Whitaker from Hollywood, Florida. Transfer from Kentucky, and the way the defensive line has played, and we've got a good relationship with Kennard Lang, who's been all those years in the NFL in charge of this defensive line.
Yeah, Kennard Lang, one of my good buddies, Orlando native from Evans High School, our rival high school in Orlando when I went to Jones. But Kennard and I have stayed close over the years, and obviously playing in the NFL against each other. Doing a great job with this defensive line for Butch Davis and really adding his experience and knowledge, and he's just been impressed with the caliber of the kids. Like, the more I give them, the more they absorb and learn, and he's been teaching them how to watch film, and it's really paid off, and you see a lot of success in these guys growing. So that would be Kennard right there, walking on the sidelines.
He said he feels good too. He said he's one of the lucky ones. He feels good physically. He coached high school ball a little bit now here at FIU. And that's something that Butch Davis has learned from Jimmy Johnson, who he spent 15 years with. He said keep family around. And Kennard Lang, a Miami Hurricane. That's plenty for the first down. It's Malcolm Davidson.
What a great job exploding up. This offensive line doing a great job of getting a surge at the point of contact in the middle between the center and guards.
The ball was caught, and now it's loose. See what the officials discuss here, or is it just incomplete? There is no incomplete ruling immediately.
No, I didn't hear a whistle.
And now they'll call it incomplete.
Okay. I was waiting because I was like, why wasn't there a whistle when that ball popped out, at least to signal something? John Mitchell came in contested. Must not have took the ball to the ground with him or secured it before he hit the ground. Bryant at the bottom of the screen, inside slot.
The handoff to Davidson. Davidson brought down by Daniel Jackson. Shula Bowl named for Don Shula, the Hall of Fame coach from the Miami Dolphins. Flag on the play. And there's John Mitchell. See where the flag comes in. Likely a hold and would negate the first down.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure coming off the top of the screen or the left side of the offense. Couldn't tell who that was, if that was Noah Curtis coming off the edge or Kevin Oliver.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Illegal substitution, defense, personal foul, hands to the face, offense, number 73. Those fouls offset, replay third down.
So, up-tempo, getting the best of the FIU substitution, but then making matters worse, your left tackle puts hands to the face of that unabated defender on the backside on a rollout. So, we'll replay the third down.
3rd and 9 from the 47. Play coming in from the sideline. Tight end coach Clint Trickett does a lot of that as well. Charlie Weiss Jr., the 26-year-old son of the legendary coordinator Charlie Weiss. Robinson, a lot of contact. Bryant wants the flag, and he's not going to get it.
Very tough, double covered, really tight as he came across. I think that was Richard James. There's twins on FIU, 35 Richard and 38 Richard. A little bit of contact, but yeah, right there, number 1 tries to go in there. And here's the thing, he has a right to that football as well to make a play. So there is incidental contact, but he has a right to make a play on it. And so that's why you did not see a pass interference call coming from the safety position coming down.
Punt team on for the first time today. Matt Hayball, and that ball is down at the 2-yard line. That is brilliant from FAU. FAU doing the job in the 3rd area of the game.
Give me that bass, 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 give me. Bass, give me that 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 bass, give me.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Persil. Tackle tough game day stains with Persil Pro Clean Laundry Detergent, a premium clean for your premium gear. So too good to be true. Ball was ruled as breaking the plane. It was ever so close. A great effort by everyone involved.
Yeah, it was great effort. I mean, the first guy in taps it, it starts to roll backwards, but the problem is the guy at the top of the screen was standing in the end zone, popped it out.
James Morgan in this Panthers offense takes over. Looking for a big chunk on first down. And it's incomplete, looking for Shamar Thornton.
Just a different angle. Great job pushing it out. But right there, see the guy coming in that lowers his hand and kicks it out? He was already in the end zone. Great job by FAU to force him into the end zone. Josh Turner there pushing the defender so that he did not reestablish himself once he was in the end zone to make himself normal to then touch the football. Can't contact it without establishing back being in the area of play.
From the 20. Handoff is to Maxwell, maybe a yard. FIU offense says, thanks to that 75-yard run from Maxwell, has gone into the positive yardage. So if you had their minus 12 and then added 75, that's now plus 63, all thanks to that 75-yard touchdown run from that man.
And also give a shout out to the calculator app.
Did you see a calculator out?
I don't know what you're talking about. But a great job by the FAU defense converging in the middle.
No abacus needed. 3rd and 9. He had his man, but he overthrew him. He's looking for Tony Gator the 4th, and Morgan sailed it.
And had a great look at that. He was right underneath the coverage and just threw it a little bit too high. And incompletion, and trots out Heatherly again for another punt for this FIU squad.
Play clock down to 2. And FIU calls timeout.
FIU, they're first. 30 seconds.
So Brett McMurphy from Stadium has been working on a survey for years of all 129 FBS coaches to get their favorite musical group. So let's find out which Davis. Which goes with Fleetwood Mac. That's great artwork in Markowitz Stadium.
That is.
Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way. Oh, and there's
yeah, I
Bon
love it.
Jovi.
Little Bon Jovi.
Lane Kiffin.
It's great artistry. Whoever did the sketches here. Stadium artists did a great job there. I love it, especially Lane, like with nice tassels on the belt there.
Lane just living on a prayer, huh?
Yes, he is.
And that kick, lie down on a bed of roses. Good kick from Tommy Heatherly and Dante Coussart after a 44-yard punt, no return. So that's the favorite rock bands of the two, and I went and looked at to see who Doc Holliday's favorite would be from Marshall.
Yes, what was this?
I've been around the Marshall program a bunch, calling games for Stadium, and it was not Lane Kiffin's Bon Jovi. It was not Fleetwood Mac. It was no comment. He's the only one, and you know what?
Completely agree with Doc Holliday.
It was the least surprising result of the entire poll.
Yeah, Doc doesn't strike me as a guy that has a huge musical background. He's all about ball.
It's a great job on the back end from Stanley Thomas Oliver III. Nearly intercepted, but a great job by 21 in white.
And just look at the coverage, staying with it. Stanley Oliver, and then Olin Cushion III coming in late, trying to get his hands underneath the ball, but no bueno.
Robinson rolls out on 2nd and 10. It's his man along the sideline. John Mitchell is pushed out of bounds, and that is just enough for the first down.
Yep. Gets a foot past the sticks for the first down to move the Owls closer to midfield.
4 wide receivers.
Twin stack, Harrison Bryant at the top of the bottom stack.
going up top, and the pass is completed to 82, Travis Harrison, his first reception of the evening.
Yeah, Pico, you gotta love the twin stacks, because the second guy behind the stack is usually the guy that gets wide open, because the press guy is going to take the first receiver, and then the second one's usually picked up by the safety or an inside support guy.
Robinson to throw again, going deep down the middle of the field, and it is nearly intercepted. Dorian Hall was there and almost looked like he got surprised by the football, Max.
Yeah, he got surprised. You see Robinson looking down for the deep post route and gets thrown severely behind him. And Dorian Hall's like, wait a second, he's throwing it to me. The receiver's in front of me and can't haul it in. He had what we call gator arms. He didn't really want to put his hands out for that one and dive for it.
Usually that's the offensive player who might pull the hands back with the defender bearing down on him. Don't see it very often from a defensive back.
I know Chris Robinson is happy because that was badly thrown and could have been worse.
And that one's behind Harrison Bryant with Hall defending.
And this has been tough. Robinson has been off on his throws the last two. You look at the pass behind him trying to hit the end zone, and then right here on Bryant throwing it to the inside when the back shoulder fade is the route to go, because Bryant secured the defender to stay the inside of him and give him that space from him to the sideline to catch the ball.
2 for 6 on third down. The ball is on the 39. Robinson over the middle, has a man, plenty for the first down. It's Chauncey Mason out near the 10.
A great job by Robinson hitting Mason, who was on the inside slot and ran a nice quick post route or strike route.
26 yards to get the first down, and now it's Chauncey Mason on the carry for a couple.
So Chauncey Mason's playing the inside slot and runs a nice, oh, that was that was a close interception. But yeah, D'Angelo Antoine wide open on the inside. Just throw the ball to the inside half. All right, here's the replay. Chauncey out of the backfield, coming behind as the crosser goes to the right-hand side, wide open, starts with an arc route, comes back in for the post, and nobody covering him. Everybody was enamored with the crossing route underneath. And just a great job. I mean, Chauncey Mason has made the most. Larry McCammon not being in, the stud freshman running back, so he gets a shot tonight along with Malcolm Davidson. Haven't seen a lot of James Charles, so he's been the #2 guy in the hole and has provided some great quality play at the running back position.
Jordan Woods, who is hobbling off the field.
Yeah, Jordan Woods, another Florida native out of Citra, Florida. North Marion, he transferred in from Georgia Tech.
So FIU is one of the worst in FBS.
Yeah, I don't think you can get further down. I mean, what, 131 probably worse? I mean, 4 spots shy.
Ball start. Offense, number 85.
Ball
5-yard
start,
penalty.
second
down.
Second and 12.
Yeah, John Mitchell tagged with the false start. And it's always more annoying when a wide receiver jumps off sides, because you're not supposed to react until the linemen react. So you're a guy, you're not supposed to be hearing sounds and everything else. You're supposed to react as soon as there's movement, then you go.
Robinson himself, and it is blown up in the backfield.
And
Chris Whitaker, first one there.
yeah, shook it off, coming off the right edge, plays it perfect, wrong shoulders, the guard coming around on the counter, and then bounces. Chris Robinson, see, there's not a hole on the inside, so he has to bow it to the outside, and Chris Whitaker sitting there waiting to make the tackle.
Negative plays back-to-back for FAU. The 19-yard line on 3rd and 17. It's Davidson, and he's out near the 10-yard line. will bring on the field goal unit.
So I have to say, even though FIU is one of the worst in FBS, they've done a good job of really turning away outside of big plays. And that first drive of the game in the red zone, they've done a good job of forcing field goals, forcing FAU to have to settle for 3 in 2 of these last 4 drives.
This one from 27 is through. 13-10 FAU. Let's see what FIU has in store next. Our friend of the game, there are plenty to choose from here at FAU Stadium, and
yes,
she is adorable.
I'm going 25 months, just a month over 2. She's a cutie. I love the bow on top, the curls blowing.
That's still the age where you can say hoot hoot.
Yeah.
What does an owl say?
Hoot hoot hoot. And looks like she threw her dad's sweatshirt on, but she's falling out of the neck of it.
I mean, the daddy, you probably just put it over the sleeve, right? And
yeah. Exactly.
Fit through that way. A good crowd here for the Shula Bowl, named for Don Shula, who had ties to FAU's first head coach, Howard Schnellenberger, and to FIU's first head coach, Don Strock. Schnellenberger, a Dolphins assistant coach, Strock, a backup quarterback for a number of years with the Dolphins.
Out of bounds on that kick. So that will give FIU really good starting field position. If I'm Austin Maloney, I'm not even trying to catch that and fall out of bounds. Why? Too much risk.
Out of bounds. Kicking team. FIU has chosen to take the ball at the 35-yard line. First down.
You surprised at this point that it's just a 13-7 game, the way that FIU's offense hasn't really delivered?
Yeah, I'm very surprised, but FAU has also not been firing on all cylinders. A little inconsistency, as we saw the last drive, a couple throws behind their own players. So not a big surprise, but I really expected FIU to operate a little bit higher on offense.
Right, Chris Robinson for FAU just 12 for 20. Morgan 5 for 9, 29 yards in the air. And this rush defense has been stifling. This time, Devontae Price, the carry, nowhere to go. FAU's rush defense, 142 yards allowed. 6th in Conference USA out of the 14 teams. It's been their pass defense that has been the issue.
Yeah, William Davis done a great job there, but Rashad Smith and Achilles Leroy have just been everywhere, bottling up a lot of the middle of this run game, which is what FIU likes to do.
And 2nd and 10, little play action. Morgan over the middle, has a completion and then spinning into the tackle. Rashad Smith there on the tackle.
And a great job of James Morgan really buying some time with his feet. Doesn't like what he sees, roll it out a little bit more to get the defender to flow with him and find the opening, throwing back into Shamar Thornton. So great job by James Morgan of saying, I don't like what I see, move the defense with my feet and find the guy that I want open.
Reception for 13 yards, enough for the first down for Gator, and again, nothing going in the run game.
And the D-line doing a really good job of slanting into what FIU's trying to do. And what I mean by that is taking a direction, all 4 D linemen or 3 D linemen, and slanting them to one direction across the line. It makes it really tough to find cutback lanes, because usually when you're trying to be a one step back, you're trying to cut back into it, but there's a red shirt in those gaps. So you got to keep with the direction of the play. And FAU doing a really good job of really bottling up this run game, minus 1 large play by Maxwell.
There's Maxwell being attended to. It's the one who delivered that 75-yard one-play touchdown drive. And he'll walk off the field, the redshirt senior from St. Petersburg, Florida. 3.5 hours northwest of here.
Had a nice little long talk with the trainers, like, hey, I'm good, I'm okay. I still chew on my mouthpiece, I'm all right. I just sit this play out for one.
FIU still has a shot in the East in Conference USA. FAU, a win would put them in sole possession of first place because Marshall is off, but Marshall does hold the tiebreaker over FAU thanks to that win last month here in Boca. On 2nd and 9, the sweep. And Nate Jefferson is pushed out of bounds. Here are the standings. So FAU and Marshall tied atop 6-3, 4-1. Marshall lost to Middle Tennessee State in their conference opener. They're on a bye this week. And they've got Louisiana Tech, first place in the West, and at Charlotte. Then they have FIU. FAU with a bye. Then at UTSA, then home for Southern Miss. So some roadblocks along the way. FAU needs to win out in order to win the East, and they need a loss along the way from Marshall. 3rd and 7. Morgan has a first down. Tony Gator moves the chains for the Panthers.
And a great job by Gator. I would get a little nervous when you spin because I feel like you don't have the right ball security, but Tony Gator's been doing it all night. And so a great job to find the open guy by James Morgan and put it right on Tony Gator to get the first down.
2 receptions on this drive, each for 13 yards for Gator. Kalen Wiggins back there at quarterback. You can see what Rich Skrosky has dialed up for him, and he is flipped by James Pierre.
Yeah, gave him the two-way go, but pressure came off the edge immediately. You don't hand that to the running back. He had it in his gut, yanked it back out, and went out the back door and made something out of nothing.
Gain of 4. Wiggins stays in. Hands it off to Devontae Price, and Price is level. Saman Ross, who was ejected for targeting last week in the first quarter. But when you're ejected in the first quarter, in the first half, you're just suspended for the next half. So Ross out there here.
Yeah, playing that star position or that nickel type of position.
On 3rd and 2 and being dragged down is Wiggins. And an outstanding tackle, Jose Barnwell.
What a great job. Hosea Barnwell just staying with it. They had a run blitz on the backside. Barnwell coming from the linebacker position, sweeping across the backside and making a great open space tackle and putting FIU in a 4th down, a tricky situation. Let's see what they do with Kalen Wiggins at quarterback. 4th and less than a foot, less than a yard.
They're 10 for 15 on 4th down this season. Handoff right up the gut, and that's plenty in the hands of Napoleon Maxwell.
And you love to see that. Big bodies moving forward, 4th and short. Coach Davis, Rich Skrosky, trust their offensive line to get them a yard, and the big boys mow the lawn for the first down.
Now, you like that as a former offensive lineman.
Yes.
When you're going for it on 4th and short, that's your time to shine.
Knuckles and elbows and a cloud of dust. That's what I like to see. Keep this drive alive for FIU.
It's like you at the dinner table.
Yeah. Might be in the minority of the entire production staff, but it's fun.
Morgan over the middle. Pass is caught by Sterling Palmer. Tight end makes his 2nd catch of the night.
And Sterling Palmer coming from the left side of your screen and just kind of running a little stick route and just sitting down on the hash. And James Morgan puts it right above the 8s. But he is 6'6", so a very easy jump ball for Palmer. Comes down, another first down inside the red zone. Plus, there's another opportunity for them to get a first down within that before hitting the goal line.
Yeah, and FIU's red zone offense has been brutal. 105 out of 129 in FBS. Marshall, the only one worse in Conference USA, 108th. They've missed 5 field goals. That's been killer inside the red zone. Trying to punch it in here.
Yeah, if you get the touchdown, it makes it a lot easier for the kicker. A lot less pressure. Let's cap this off. It's been a great drive for FIU, utilizing the ground and the air to get to this position. But they need points, and they could take the lead going into halftime if they can put this in the end zone.
The 11th play of the drive already have lasted 5 minutes and 15 seconds. On first down, Morgan into the end zone. It is incomplete. Looking for Austin Maloney.
And this was very close. Austin Maloney gives a nice double stick to the outside, looking for the back shoulder fade, but has to readjust his body because he looks to the inside first. If he looks to the outside, maybe that's a little bit easier adjustment. But when he looks to the inside, he has to almost do a 270 to get around to get his body in position, and misses that throw by Morgan.
From the 13 on second down, high snap. Handoff to Price. Flag on the play as Price steps out of bounds.
That's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, so you know what that means, Noah. Something I've never done, but it is commonly associated with my position group. I won't say the name.
Holding on an offensive lineman. I'll say it.
Why'd you have to put that out there?
Offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
Notne Demery.
Yeah. Saw that and saw the number. That was my number in college. So you kind of feel when you see a 77 get a penalty like that. But running to the outside edge, anytime, like we talked about this, when a back is forced to bounce to the outside and the defender has leverage, to detach from him as a lineman, you have to let go of him, or else it's going to be an easy holding call when it's ran to that side and you're running in that direction.
So it pushes FIU out of the red zone now. Ball in the 23, 2nd and 20. Morgan for the end zone, and he overthrows his receiver. Looking for Shamar Thornton.
Had a lot of pressure in his face on that. Looked like Tim Bonner was back there, forcing the throw on the hurry, and then looked like it was pressure up the middle. Not sure if that was Ray Ellis or William Davis providing the internal pressure, but Morgan had to get rid of that ball in a heartbeat, so didn't have time to put it on his receiver.
Morgan's 8 for 13, 66 yards in this first half. On 3rd and 20 with 38 ticks to go in the first half. Pressure again. Gets it out. Thornton, and he's wrapped up.
Guess who it
Rashad
was?
Smith was there to grab the cleats first.
And Rashad Smith, you have to remember, Rashad Smith and Achilles Leroy were only one tackle apart coming into this game for who had the lead, and both of them are very competitive for making tackles. And right there, Rashad Smith doing a great job of corralling the ankles of Shamar Thornton and not allowing him to get yards after that catch.
And FAU timeout, just their first. So golden opportunity for the Panthers there. The holding penalty brought him out of the red zone. And now with the ball in the 21, it'll be a 38-yard field goal attempt for Jose Borregales. And it has been a wet and wild adventure for Borregales this season. He's 12 for 19. His misses from 31, 2 from 32. He's missed a 37, a 39, a 47, and a 50. Last week, 3 for 5. He did miss a 32-yarder.
With Carolina Panthers on the cleats now. Switching back from the Dolphins look. Closer look over.
A bad snap, and it is broken up and now intercepted. So a bad snap, and then Miko Dotson was there as FIU tried to advance it.
And now Miko Dotson can go back into one of the leads for FBS for interceptions. Gets a 5th one. Wow. It wasn't even a bad snap. He was there, just had to trust it. He could have still kicked it, but he didn't want to push it. And the holder, well, now I think that was Heather. Oh, no, that was Alec Hallman, the backup punter. Throws it right to the hands of Miko Dotson. And I'm sure Miko Dotson's thinking, it's not my birthday, but thank you for the present. Thrown right to him, and now FAU, a little bit of time left, 2 timeouts. Let's see what they can do with the ball.
So Dotson, his 5th interception of the season. Look out from behind. Down goes Robinson.
And
as Alexis Jean-Baptiste got to him in a hurry.
And Alexis Jean-Baptiste, one of the leading guys on this team with sacks. That puts him at 3.5, and coach said this was what he wanted. He wanted guys who can rush. But let's take another look at the muff field goal. Borregales wanted to kick it, saw the edge pressure, stops. Hallman gets up and then throws it right to Dotson. I mean, you had 2 guys in the area, but trusting your punter slash holder, he could have gotten it up. Laces were still out. Borregales didn't trust it, and there was a host of red shirts, and he knew he was going to get hit. So try and throw it up, but to no avail. FAU comes back with the ball, a little bit of time left, but give up that big sack off the edge by Jean-Baptiste. 3.5 now on the season for him as a backup defensive end. Protection is key. Protection is key.
Robinson will throw it away as he was facing pressure from Chris Whitaker again.
Oh, there's the turnover back. Look at that. That is impressive.
The 20th time that bat has been lifted this season.
5th time by Dotson. So he's held it 25% of the time.
You want the calculator?
25% of the time.
Well done.
There we go.
Well done.
Exactly. No calculator needed.
I saw you moving that abacus around.
It's a sliding rule.
I got the dad jokes too, and breaking it out on 3rd and 21 out near midfield.
First down for the Owls at midfield. We call the timeout. Yep, 6 seconds. You got 1 shot at the end zone here.
Chauncey Mason, a big chunk to give Robinson a shot now from midfield.
All right, let's take another look at this. I mean, look, it's quarterback draw. Everybody's trying to defend. It's 3rd and a mile, so everybody's playing the sticks. So the middle of the field's open, and you hand it off, and Chauncey Mason just does a great job running up the middle of the field, dodging defenders. The offensive line does a great job of holding the 1st and 2nd levels. And when you get Chauncey Mason on a safety, on a secondary type of DB, he's going to make a guy miss and gets the 1st down near midfield. One shot left here. Feel like you got to take a shot at the end zone here. 6 seconds, no more timeouts. Not trying to throw a deep out. You don't have the sideline as your friend. 6 seconds, so spread them out, run deep.
Robinson rolling out, and he'll throw it out of bounds. The catch made by the fan, a round of applause, and that's how FAU will take it to the half.
Yeah, had 3 guys running down the sideline, but the pressure by FAU defense off the edge. Marquise Robinson struggling this last series, giving up pressure, and Bush Davis has to feel good going to the half, only down less, 1 score.
And he certainly had some issues special teams wise, the fumbled punt, the field goal gaffe, and FAU, which scored on its first drive, driving 80 yards, been pretty quiet since. Downstairs to Amina, who's with FAU head coach Lane Kiffin.
Coach, your defense has held FIU to just 7 points in this first half. What are they doing most efficient on the field?
Well, so the one play, we gave it one play. Other than that, we played really good on defense. We've moved the ball on offense, and we've stalled in the red zone, not finishing drives.
Running back Malcolm Davidson is getting most of the carries in this first half, scoring the first touchdown of the game. How is he a key player on offense?
Well, he's done a good job battling back from some injuries, but we got to finish things in the red zone and get this game to a 3-score game here.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Amina. Thank you, Lane. The Shula Bowl hasn't always been pretty in this 2019 edition. Got a good one at the half, 13-7 out.
Give me that bass, 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 give me. Give me that bass, 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 give me.
When you talk about the icons of football in South Florida, it's hard not to stop after the name Don Shula. The head coach of the Miami Dolphins from 1970 to 1995, and the only coach to lead an undefeated team to a Super Bowl title, Don Shula's name graces the annual battle between Florida International University and Florida Atlantic University. The Shula Bowl and the Don Shula Award are given to the winner of this showdown, an homage to football excellence in South Florida, and a rivalry we'll break down on this edition of Stadium Rivals. We take it back to 2001, FAU's first football season. Florida Atlantic hired Howard Schnellenberger, Miami coaching legend and Don Shula's assistant in the 1970s, to be the school's first head coach. The Owls would compete as an independent before joining the Sun Belt in 2005. Florida International University laid the groundwork for a football program in 1999, hiring Don Strock as its first head football coach. Strock was Shula's longtime backup QB for the Dolphins in the 1970s and 80s. FIU also started out as an independent before also joining the Sun Belt in 2005. With their Shula-approved coaches in tow, FAU and FIU battled for the first time on November 23, 2002, a 31-21 win for Florida Atlantic. The Owls would come away with 8 of the first 9 wins in the series. Shula Bowl 7 in 2008 might be labeled the most competitive and entertaining in the rivalry. A 4-6 FIU team needed to beat FAU and earn a win the following week to become bowl eligible for the first time. This game featured a 56-point fourth quarter as each team tallied 28 points in the period. FAU QB Rusty Smith threw a Shula Bowl record 5 TDs as Schnellenberger's Owls defeated Mario Cristobal's Panthers 57-50 in an overtime thriller. Come Shula Bowl 10, FIU was on a 5-game losing streak in the rivalry. T.Y. Hilton donned the Panthers' colors for his final home game, and a 97-yard punt return touchdown provided a fitting ending to his home career. FIU dominated by a 41-7 score. FAU and FIU joined Conference USA for Shula Bowl 12. The Panthers managed just 132 yards in this one, as the Owls became bowl eligible with a 21-6 win. FIU hired former Miami and North Carolina head coach Butch Davis to become the school's 4th head coach ahead of the 2017 season. FAU got a new coach, and former Tennessee head coach and Alabama offensive coordinator Lane Kiffin, also the school's 4th head man. Kiffin's FAU team came away with a resounding 52-24 win en route to an 8-0 season and a win over Akron in the Boca Raton Bowl. No matter how long those coaches stay, their inclusion has placed credence to the fact that this game matters and will continue to be a top rivalry in the sport as we break them all down on Stadium Rivals.
Good afternoon from Boca Raton. We got FAU, ODU, Harrison Bryant, and Rashad Smith on the call.
Welcome, welcome. Welcome to FAU Stadium. On the opposite side, we got Motor Singletary, we got Brandon Wong, we got the great Harrison Bryant.
All right, we got the first play here. We got a motion for verts concept. He hits the tight end. He's moving really slow. Down to the 31-yard line.
First down FAU, Harrison Bryant. Now I'm getting no huddle. Rover set. Fake handoff to the flat. Touchdown FAU. Harrison Bryant again, NFL prospect.
Let's see.
On the further review.
Touchdown.
You know what? I think it's a touchdown, Marv. On defensive side, you got Aziz Ashai and Rashad Smith out in the middle. You know what? A great job by Rashad using his feet inside the box with a great tackle, great rapid tackle. With Rashad coming off a 99 tackle season, look to improve more and more. This guy is filling out his frame, starting to look more and more like a leader. 4 for 1, inside handoff seal, stuffed. I don't think he got it. Good tackle by Jalen Young. Turnover downs. Good job, FAU.
3rd and 7. We got a 5-point game. Another 4 vertical concept.
Maybe across the middle. Touchdown FAU. Harrison Bryant again. He cranks up the dirt bike. Beautiful route, beating the linebacker over the top using his speed. Touchdown FAU. We got a 5-point ball game.
We got dangerous Kareth White in the back. 4.3 speed.
This guy here is dangerous. Return, the first ever kickoff return. The 10, the 20, the 30. He breaks up the scene. He's gone. I believe it's a touchdown with FAU. Kareth White.
It's a foot race.
Touchdown FAU.
A skip and a hop. Oh. Great effort by the kicker. Just missed. Back to a 5-point game. Fourth quarter.
Set. Fake hand of RPO. Cross middle. Harrison Bryant again. Trust the guy. Keeps him moving. Harrison Bryant is playing an outstanding game tonight. No huddle.
2nd and 15.
Detroit set. Again, Bryant across the middle. Breaks the tackle. Keeps the legs moving. God, this guy here is an animal. His stature 6'5", 245. He's a big body to take down, so he's going to need help. The defensive backs are going to need help to take him down. Hand off to Singletary. Up the middle. Touchdown FAU. Motor Singletary does it again. His 50th touchdown of the year. Cranks up the dirt bike again. 13-point game, late in the 4th quarter. Hand off to Singletary. Up the hole. He's gone again. Touchdown, Devin Motor Singletary. Touchdown FAU. Cranks up the dirt bike one more time. Man.
You know, we had a great game. That'll be all from Boca Raton, though, with the final score 52-33. Great game by Devin Motor Singletary, 2 touchdowns. Tight end Harrison Bryant finished with 2 touchdowns. Rashad Smith finished with 50 tackles.
Yeah, Harry. I believe they played an outstanding game tonight. Had a little woes on defense, but as a whole, they played a great game. Great win, FAU.
That's all from Boca Raton, folks. Have a good night.
Go Owls.
Beautiful. Solid finish.
Give me that bass, 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 give me that bass. me that bass, give me that bass, give me that bass, bass, give me that bass, give me that bass, give me
Back here on campus at Florida Atlantic University, home to about 30,000 students and home to our stadium crew for the Shula Bowl. FAU, a 13-7 lead. We talked about the quarterbacks in the open. Max, what do you make about the quarterbacks in the first half?
Just, you know, you look at those numbers. Obviously, James Morgan normally in the 180s per game. Chris Robinson on track for about his 259, but a lot of sloppy throws in this contest. You see no passing touchdowns. Both of them very efficient. You don't expect interceptions from either one of them. 6 total between the two. So it's not a good game so far through the air.
Let's see what the second half brings here in Boca. A 6-point lead for the home team. Here we go. Let's get this second half started. Noah Kozlov, Max Starks, Savina Smith, our stadium crew with you in Boca Raton, Florida. We're in South Florida for the Shula Bowl. FAU has taken the first 12 in this series. FIU 4. 12-4. FAU in front. And a win for FAU would put them in sole possession momentarily in first place in the Conference USA East Division, because Marshall has a bye, but Marshall holds the tiebreaker. And FAU will have the football on the 25. Let's go downstairs to Amina.
Hey guys, I caught up with head coach Butch Davis and asked him about his team only throwing for 67 yards through the air in that first half. And he says that his team is best when they are two-dimensional. He says they just have to respect the run game.
Well, and that run game has been non-existent, minus that 75-yard run, touchdown run from Napoleon Maxwell. Take that away. Quick math, 79 minus 75 is 4.
Woo. Good.
A lot of movement here, and it's flipped back to D'Angelo Antoine. Antoine across the 30. And he's brought down after a gain of 12. Make that 7 on first down. First half stats. Rush yards in favor, offensively, everything in favor of FAU. But as Lane Kiffin said, Max, they just haven't finished drives.
Yeah, that red zone scoring is deceptive because 2 of those are field goals. Should have been touchdowns.
That's enough for the first down. James Charles in the backfield first, and he'll come off the field. Again, no Larry McGammon the third. The freshman is out. B.J. Emmons, who came over from Alabama, broke his ankle in the opener against Ohio State. He could be back in 2 weeks. So we're rolling with the 3. James Charles, Chauncey Mason, and number 20, Malcolm Davidson for FAU in the backfield. On 1st and 10, Robinson has a man, and he makes the grab. D'Angelo Antoine tipped it to himself.
What an amazing job on the run to tip the ball that's overthrown slightly, tip it back to yourself, and have the wherewithal to haul it in. Big play for FAU coming out of the half.
45 yards. Puts FAU in the red zone. Willie Wright.
How about that catch? Let's take another look at it from the high end zone perspective. Chris Robinson throwing it down the sideline. D'Angelo Antoine beats 2 defenders, tips it to himself, and catches it in stride. Red zone for the FAU Owls. There's a down FIU defender from the D-line, it looks like. That's Tier Tart. Down, senior D lineman. But let's take another look. Just a great job, great touch to put it over the defenders. D'Angelo Antoine, outstretched right hand, tips it, slows it down. He runs underneath it. And what a big play. And you talk about now you're back at opportunity, because if you're Lane Kiffin, you're upset about how the red zone has gone and not taking advantage. Now you're back in the red zone. Let's see if you cured those ills with halftime adjustments. Let's see if we use more tight end presence. John Rain is a nice red zone target. He's a tall target, number 10. He has 5 receptions into the end zone this season. Harrison Bryant, your do-it-all tight end, who's a great target, great body. Let's see what they do if those guys get targeted in the red zone this drive.
They're 3 for 3 in the red zone, but 2 field goals had Lane Kiffin displeased going into the half. The handoff is to Davidson. Andrew Tarver, defensive tackle, there for the stop.
And if I'm FIU, I've got to bottle up the middle of this run game, because FAU has to be thinking about that. But I also know that the inside receivers, the slots, have been getting a lot of success this game.
Yeah, free play here. Like Rashad Colson jumped on that FIU defensive line.
And tough time. John Mitchell, 6 for 4.
Offside. Defense, number 75. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Marquise Robinson, the right tackle, flinched it. But John Mitchell, another nice target. He's 6'4". Got to look towards him, but where is the rest of these guys? You know, Harrison Bryant, John Rain. I see Harrison Bryant on the field. He's on the left side of the offense in that hip position of the left tackle.
So the penalty results in the first down. Davidson pushing forward. Brought down by Chris Whitaker.
Little run bottled up. Defensive tackle's doing a good job.
2nd and goal from the 5. Antoine moving again. Robinson to his tight end. Bryant bounces off one and into the end zone. You called for it, Max. Look for your all-world tight end and good things will happen, and that's exactly what the Owls did.
Yes, they did, and Harrison Bryant does a good job. Stutter, little hide route, sneak right out the backside, down the line, and makes one guy miss, and then struts into the end zone for a 2nd touchdown of the season. Caught his first one last week against Western Kentucky. He follows that up with another one. And Harrison Bryant, you got to utilize him because he's such a threat anywhere on the field, but especially in the red zone. Your tight end, they forget about him. You get enamored with receivers, and with a running back in the backfield, got to use Bryant. And they do there, and good things happen with the 2nd score for the red zone for FAU, but 4th on the game because they have 2 field goals. Now going for 2.
Into the end zone, the 2-point conversion. It's Bryant for 6 and the 2.
And there it is. You don't find him not once, but twice in the end zone. The big guy comes in on a sneak route, gets the touchdown, and then the 2-point conversion. Owls on top, 21-7.
All right, so 7 plays, 75 yards in 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Harrison Bryant, the 5-yard touchdown reception, 2nd of the season, and he gets the 2-point conversion. Noah Kozlov, Max Starks, Amina Smith down on the sideline. And Harrison Bryant's going to have a long future in the NFL. Accepted the Senior Bowl invite. What do you make of his pro prospects?
Well, I tell you what, Harrison Bryant, not only leading all tight ends in FBS with receptions, but the way that he can either block on the line of scrimmage, he can detach, he can run ISO, as we saw on the last play for the two-point conversion. He's just a guy who can do it all and has great hands. So that translates well, especially in today's NFL, with the type of ways that they use tight ends and how they can't be redirected after 5 yards.
And that's another special teams gap for FIU. They'll have the ball at the 6-yard line. Our plays of the game, both from Harrison Bryant, the 5-yard touchdown reception, and he sits down for the two-point conversion. His high school head coach, J.T. Wall from John Millage Academy in Gray, Georgia, is here seeing his former player playing his first college game. So his head coach in high school, never seen him play. Now here he is for the Shula Bowl, and Brian told us yesterday his high school class, just 25 kids, and I looked at him, I said, so how did you even field a football team? He said, well, the other classes were a little bit bigger. But this was a big time mistake. Austin Maloney touched the football and then stepped out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Timeout, FIU.
And now FIU burns a timeout on the first play of this drive. So special teams, a major issue for FIU so far tonight. Been a wild day already in college football, and it all starts with LSU and Alabama. You picked 45-42 LSU.
I did.
And LSU wins it 46-41. Minnesota started the day, Max, with that upset of Penn State to move to 9-0. What really stands out?
Well, I think the Minnesota game is probably the most glaring one, just because they're undefeated. They're placed at number 17. They don't play a schedule. PJ Fleck is just playing a patsy schedule. You come out and you handle Penn State. You jump on top of them early, and you keep the pressure for 4 quarters. I think that's impressive. I think also LSU finally righting the ship and getting that win that they expected last year, but it coming this year and keeping them steadily in charge. I think that has to move them number 1 in college football playoff ranking easily.
Maxwell, a gain of a few on first down. Next week, Georgia's got Auburn.
Big game.
Oklahoma has Baylor. And Baylor is undefeated. They survived 3 overtimes against TCU. So a number of big games on the schedule next week as well. And Minnesota has Iowa.
Florida, Mizzou. You're just not going to talk about that one?
Correct. I just named the 3 biggest games, and you named maybe the 18th.
Yeah. Exactly. Holy Cross, Florida, with 19 right behind the Florida Gators then? I guess what you're saying?
No, Holy Cross, if you hadn't jumped in with Florida so quickly like you always do, that would have been 4th on the schedule.
Thank you.
1 o'clock on Stadium next week. Be there with Dave Owens and Morgan Uber, our stadium crew in the Bronx. Trying to stop at Arthur Avenue and get some Italian. Best for everybody if I do it after the game.
Yeah, do it after the game. Or you can go to at the Bronx Hall, where they do the beer hall, do grilled cheese social as well.
Oh, that I'll do before the game. Yeah, beer hall before the game. Good. Good.
Perfect.
3rd and 6.
Day before the game, not right before the game. Day before.
Halftime.
Yeah. Make a run, beat the clock.
Morgan under pressure, gets it off. Gator lost the football. And FAU has it. That is how they have made a living this season. The turnover bat will be lifted for the 21st time this year.
And what a tremendous job. James Morgan, looking. Tony Gator coming across the formation in a crossing route, gets it, and then squared up Chris Tooley. And Gator, we talked about him spinning. I was worried about it earlier in this game, but it had worked out. But in that situation, spins, and luckily for FAU, there's defenders in the area. They pick it up, and the turnover bat is held by Chris Tooley for forcing that fumble.
And last week it was Tooley who
scoop and score.
Picked it up after the Leroy forcing the fumble, and that got FAU on the board as they went down quickly, 14-0. Around the right side. D'Angelo Antoine has been active, carrying the football.
And what a great job on the edge by John Rain, a guy's name we haven't called, the other tight end slash H-back, making a good block on the edge to free Antoine to run up the sideline.
First and goal now from the 6. Robinson to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete, looking for Travis Harrison.
And, of course, denied by Josh Turner. Pico hadn't got a lot of looks in this game. He had a couple of good grabs in the first half, but then kind of went silent in that second quarter. He's another tall target, 6'3", senior, transferred here a handful of years ago. And, you know, he has 25 receptions on the season so far, but off target when you got so many guys you can spread the ball between.
Handing it off. Davidson shedding defenders into the end zone for the touchdown. 20 in red saying, "Get off me." And he's got 6.
And Lane at halftime said, we should be up by 3 scores, and we're not. Well, Lane, you're now up 3 scores. And you've done it convincingly. 2 for 2 in the red zone this half, and both of them touchdowns.
Rivas in for the extra point. 28-7 FAU.
Defense turns it into offense, and another score for FAU. Owls up 28-7 down in Boca. More when we come back.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Our moment of the game in a 28-7 lead for FAU. The touchdown chain. It's
being passed around to all the guys. Malcolm Davidson's right. That's a pro move right there.
Lineman.
You take care of your big boys.
That's a pro mindset. That's what Lane Kiffin preaches.
Yep, 2 touchdowns for Malcolm Davidson on the contest. First one and obviously the most recent one. But giving it to the big boys, letting them wear the chain. That's what you do, Noah. I should get a touchdown chain for this performance, being your sidekick.
All right, I should get a massage for carrying you throughout the broadcast. Neither one of us are going to get either one.
Exactly, exactly. You want to be able to walk out of here trying to ask to carry me.
Oh, pooch kick down to the 20. after the unsportsmanlike conduct on Tierre Tart after the extra point. Go deeper into the biggest college football games each week on Tape Don't Lie. Stadium college football analyst Michael Felder goes into the film room with a rotating cast of football experts to take a deep dive on college football's most important players and teams. New episodes drop each week on Stadium's Facebook page. Stadium, welcome to the game.
I know the tape don't lie. You know what else don't lie?
Ball?
Ball don't lie.
That's what Rasheed Wallace said.
That's right.
And the turnovers have been the difference for FAU all season long. They get 2 here. And the last one results into a touchdown after a 3-play, 16-yard drive, as Maxwell has a few on first down.
And James Morgan and FIU, you don't have the luxury of just handing the ball off again 3 yards. You've got to get this ball. You got to get some explosive plays, get back into this game. We're still within the range where you can get back in. We're in the third quarter. There's still 9:20 left. FAU's hung 2 touchdowns on them very quickly, but there's still plenty of time, so you got to get some explosive plays to get back in this game.
But as you saw there, Maxwell has been the one to carry the offense. Gator, catch, spin. This time he holds on to it.
There we go. That's what you need to do. You have to get the ball downfield. James Morgan has been good today with his, well, he's only had, what, 10 to 16 so far? I think 6 missed passes, but you got to get him downfield. Not a lot of yards with those passes.
Taking a shot here deep. And falling down is Shamar Thornton. On the coverage, James Pierre.
But he was already falling. James Pierre just simply helped him get to the ground faster.
Pierre last week with the 2 interceptions, but he got toasted on the first touchdown of the game against Western Kentucky, and then totally redeemed himself.
Yes, he did. You get burnt for 1, but pick off 2. That's a good day.
Last week, 3 interceptions from FAU and a forced fumble, scoop, and score. So 4 turnovers that they forced a week ago, 2 here. Morgan into the flat. Devontae Price steps out of bounds about 2 yards behind the first down marker.
And just shy, James Morgan, pressure in his face, does a little pivot move, spins out, and then finds Devontae Price leaking out of the backfield. Gets some yardage, but 3rd and medium here. James Morgan, FIU, you got to convert this. Keep this drive alive. You got close before, chewing up time on the clock, but then the botched snap and ensuing interception at the end of the half kind of ruined your shot at putting some points on the board.
Third and 5, Morgan directing traffic, little wheel route, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Napoleon Maxwell.
A little chippiness. This contest between the lines, I'll say, D-line and O-line.
Yeah, and again, it was something Amina talked about in the open, just how familiar all these guys are with each other. And should even mention specifically Noah Curtis, the defensive lineman, number 90 for FIU, who knows about half the players on FAU's team. I went through and counted last night. Didn't think I'd count this high, but I did. 89 players from FIU, 89 on the roster are from Florida. And there are 92 of the 117 on the FAU side from the state of Florida. These 2 teams very familiar with each other's personnel. All right, so we're talking about the major headlines around college football today. LSU remains undefeated. To Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Baylor, and Minnesota with that win against Penn State. So of that group of 5 here, who can run the table?
Well, I think Ohio State has a great shot at running the table. You look at Rutgers coming up next. Penn State, we saw what happened to Penn State against Minnesota. I think Ohio State can beat them. And then Michigan, I don't think it's the same Michigan, even though they found their offense. Now to say, Baylor, if they can get past next week, has a really good shot as well and has a good stake at it. So those are the teams I really like. Clemson has a tough test against Wake Forest, handled NC State.
Come on, a tough test against Wake?
I know, you don't say that too often, but that's their toughest test on their schedule.
Toughest test, but I can't imagine it being that difficult for Clemson. I mean, they had their one tough test this year against North Carolina.
They're not good in the state of North Carolina, so who knows? Maybe there's another one in North Carolina that poses a challenge to them. And Wake Forest, you have to think, they're top 20. When's the last time we've said that about Wake Forest? So they're playing a good brand of football. Wrong sport. Jinx.
A big hit.
Oh!
And a scoop. And FIU is running the football into the end zone. There was no incomplete pass ruled. Travis Harrison was the one who had the football and lost it.
And Dorian Hall, the one that picks it off and takes it into the end zone. And let's face it, great defense could be an offense, right?
Sure, this could get you right back into the football game, but my first inclination was, I assumed, which is always wrong to do, I just assumed incomplete pass.
They did. Let's take another look at it. Both feet land, upended.
Yeah, it looks like the ground popped it out.
Yeah. Let's see from another angle, because the defender's standing right in front of the camera. That ball might have been loose.
Still has it. So he has it there.
But does he have it going to the ground? We can't tell if it's rolling in his hands. Because look, the ball's right here. And I don't know what happens in front of number 3. Makes it tough. You usually have to have it clear to overturn it because the referees let it go.
Right, since it was ruled a completion and a fumble recovery return for a touchdown, then gonna have to be inconclusive in order to overturn it.
Yeah, and the two angles that we have don't make it pretty clear. You can assume, but we don't know what's happening with that ball as he puts his left hand down. Is the ball still secured, or is it already moving as he goes to the ground?
As it stands now, it's Dorian Hall with 27 yards, scoop and score. See Butch Davis on the left, Lane Kiffin on the right.
Been wondering what's going on. And
now at first glance, when it was live, again, I thought it was incomplete.
Yeah.
And I still think incomplete, but is there enough to overturn it? That's the question. And from the angles that we saw, I would say no.
Yeah, because technically both feet go to the ground as he has the ball in his hands. He turns to make a football move and it gets upended.
After review, the ruling on the field has changed. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down. Please reset the game clock to 7:13.
So there was enough to overturn
7 minutes and 13 seconds on the game clock. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's look at this again. Yeah. Holds it, foot, and gets upended. I guess that ball's not secure to be considered a completion, even though he gets both feet down on the ground holding the ball.
But again, over the past few years, I haven't been able to figure out what a catch is.
That is true.
That remains the case, unfortunately.
And FAU Owls get to live another down, 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 from their own 18.
Yep. Harrison Bryant, the top of those three, top of the screen, bottom of the 3 receivers.
Looking for him, has his man. So instead of 6 the other way, it's a 1st down FAU's way.
And the most impressive or unimpressive thing by FAU's defense, but impressive for FAU, is that Harrison Bryant playing that inside slot, nobody's pressing him, even though he's your top pass catcher on the offense.
Play action across the middle of the field. It's Harrison again. This time he holds on to it into FIU territory.
They're running a nice high-low concept on the right side. Harrison Bryant running the low route, and Pico running over the top, forcing the safety to make a decision.
Davidson again. And he slips up at the 25-yard line. So a gain of 23 for Davidson, as he is nearly at 100 yards in the afternoon. Robinson bounces it, looking for Antoine.
And, you know, talking down below before the game, you know, talking to my buddy Kennard Lang, and Kennard goes, man, finally got rid of those two shifty backs in the backfield, meaning White and Singletary, but then you have to contend with Malcolm Davidson and Chauncey Mason. Let's take another look here. Chris Robinson did a great job on the run, but just a little short. Short hops it to Antoine, not enough.
Davidson across the 20. You know, last year it was Kareth White who ran for 165 yards, and Devin Singletary 184 in this game. those two.
Almost 200 yards apiece. That is amazing. And, of course, Malcolm Davidson very close to the century mark himself in 2 touchdowns already.
Just eclipsed that century mark, and he'll have a little bit more as he drags the defenders. Finally brought down by Alexei Jean-Baptiste. His career high .41 against Middle Tennessee State.
Still plenty of time to try and eclipse that tonight. Only 5:17 left in the third quarter, so there's still another quarter of play left.
A guy that's battled leg injuries this year, didn't play last week's, only this just his 7th game of the season. Davidson again.
Now FAU just trying to chew up clock, running, you know, kind of that muddle huddle we call it. Not really rushing, but everybody's on the line of scrimmage. Get the play in, take some time, try and chew up some time. This is a high-tempo offense.
Chauncey Mason is stood up by a host of Panthers.
Still getting some positive yardage there. Now we're looking at, you know, about third and 4. Got to convert here. Keep your streak going in the second half of getting into the red zone and putting touchdowns on the board, not field goals.
They can still get a first down. Ball in the 6. 3rd and 4. Robinson rolling out. Robinson is close to that first down marker. I think he's going to be
less than a yard shy.
Just about a yard shy. Brings up 4th and 1. And Kiffin, it seems like it's a very difficult decision to make here, as he'll go for it, as they have multiple times already.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's very little punting I've seen by FAU tonight. They've gone for it anytime they're on the plus side of the field on 4th down.
Handoff this time to Davidson, and it is FIU who makes the stop. Desmond Noel there. No, I'm sorry, running behind Desmond Noel. And great defense coming up from FIU, led by Jamal Gates. So FIU takes over deep in their own territory.
Give me that bass, 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 give me that bass. give me that bass, give me that bass, give me that bass, give me that bass, give me that bass.
Let's talk hoops. College hoop season is here on Stadium. Got a pair of games this week on Wednesday. Grand Canyon visiting San Diego State. Grand Canyon head coach Dan Marley. A whole lot of transfers in that team.
Yeah.
Catch the game exclusively on Facebook, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Then next Saturday, Oregon State visiting Wyoming. Wyoming adjusting to life without Justin James, the Sacramento Kings second-round pick. And also catch that game exclusively on Facebook, 9 Eastern. Stadium. Welcome to the game. Napoleon Maxwell on first down, scampers across the 20.
And a great job. This is what you need. You've got to have explosive plays. You've got to generate some yards vertically for this team. You can't settle with the run. It hasn't been there all night outside of one big play by Maxwell, but you've got to get the ball out on the edges and you got to get downfield.
16 yards for Maxwell on first down. There's Devontae Price. Not much. 18 unanswered for FAU. Last week they were down 14-0, then ran off 28 unanswered.
And in this situation, defense has to stay aggressive. You have to stay on top of this FIU team. But for FIU, ball has to come through the air. You got to get wide open on some of these swing routes like you did on the Maxwell play for 16.
Gator was in motion. And that FAU defensive line and some little something extra from Deontay Demery.
And there's a flag. There's laundry on the field again.
You could see it. It was clear as day. Cameras had a great shot of it.
But got James Morgan shaking the hand.
Play. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 36, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Achilles Leroy.
But instead, it's Kiki Leroy on the defensive side.
Yeah, Demery, I mean, I don't know if I want to tussle with him. He's 6'5", 320. I imagine he's not happy about where the score is right now. Let's see on the right side of the screen. See, here's the thing. It's always the second guy that gets caught. If you're the first guy, you won't get caught.
Right, when Leroy didn't put hands on him either, just talking after he got slapped on the head, and that's what I saw, the Demery helmet slap. Either way, 1st and 10, just under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Morgan's got all sorts of time. Into the flat, it's Maxwell, nothing downfield. And he is pushed out of bounds, about 5 yards shy of the first down marker.
Game's getting chippy, and I think that's, Maxwell was trying to argue that he got pushed out while he was out of bounds, but made something out of nothing. That play was first contact behind the line of scrimmage, so for him to get back there, just be happy, get back in the huddle. If you're FIU, you can't afford a penalty. You cannot stop this momentum. You've got to put points on the board on this drive. Time is running out. You got 1:20 left in this quarter, plus a whole fourth quarter. You need to get something started, a spark for this team.
Handoff, Maxwell, nothing. There was Kiki Leroy there for the tackle.
Yep, Leroy, Barnwell, both the linebackers in on this, getting in there.
See how the officials handle the chippiness in such a intense rivalry game. When you were playing for the Steelers and it would be Steelers-Ravens, the officials say things to you guys before the game?
They don't say anything before the game, but you hear it as the game progresses. If there's increased level, hey guys, let's watch it. I mean, same thing when we played Florida, Georgia. Huge rivalry for us in college. Just like, hey, listen, don't do anything where I have to take this out of my pocket.
Because that money's coming out of your pocket.
That's
possibly
right.
with the fine. Morgan over the middle, a nice pitch and catch. Devontae Price has the first down. Or so I thought. It's going to be inches short.
Call it short. Kylan Wiggins coming in for James Morgan. Little change-up action for FIU. Wonder if he passes it on this one. He's got 26 attempts on the season. Everybody knows they're going to run.
Doesn't feel like a full 2. Maybe it's a yard and a half for that first down. Right near midfield. FAU extends the lead here in the third quarter. Final 15 from Boca coming up. About 4th and a yard and a half for FIU, trailing 28-7. And they'll go for it. I don't even think there's a decision to be made here.
No, you're down 3 scores. You need something. And Kylan Wiggins in. You see James Morgan sitting on the sidelines for this play. Glenn Spencer working hard to make sure they have at least a spy on Wiggins, just in case he does decide to run it. So we'll see what they decide to do. Ground or air for FIU.
1 for 3 on 4th down. Wiggins appears to be stopped short. Kiki Leroy there on the tackle.
He's the spy.
And it's going to be FAU football. So Lane Kiffin's group comes up big.
And the spy right here, Kiki Leroy. You see him waiting, ready. I don't care what the running back does. I have the quarterback, and Kiki Leroy zeroes in and takes the legs out of Kylan Wiggins. And Butch is unhappy. You got to make one miss. 8-man box. He does it. FAU football on the plus side of the field. So kind of a microcosm of kind of how FIU's running has been for the evening. Not enough of it, and not enough vertical plays to pull the extra defender out of the box.
And Miami probably would have just run right behind Brian McKinney and gotten that first down. Butch Davis was there.
Yeah, or used Frank Gore, Najee Davenport. I mean, they had so many running backs there.
Wide open down the sideline. The catch is made as the ball was a bit underthrown. But the catch was made by James Brunson.
First catch on the year for Brunson.
And he picks up 24 in the process. Davidson spins, stiff arm, keeps his feet across the 10, and he is into the end zone with a highlight reel touchdown.
A triple pack. Oh, wait a second. We have a flag down on the field. We have an offensive lineman with a helmet off for FAU.
Yeah, it looks like it's the way that Davidson was hanging his head. We'll see.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. FIU number 6 and FAU number 75. Both their first. Those fouls offset. Will try for point.
So unsportsmanlike conduct, Alexei Jean-Baptiste and Marquise Robinson. Malcolm Davidson, his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon, and that one is one to put on the reel.
Yeah. And he keeps the touchdown chain because he made a lot of it happen on his own on that play. What an amazing run by Malcolm Davidson.
The extra point is no good.
Pushed right, but how about that run? More importantly, Malcolm Davidson making 1, 2, 3 guys miss as he strolls into the end zone. 34-7 FAU Owls. Well, player of the game honors go to the guy who just went into the end zone, Malcolm Davidson. And here's just a little look of the things that he did tonight, making guys miss left and right, can't hold him down. And he has drove to the end zone for not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns. And he even shared the touchdown chain after his second one with his offensive line. He let all 5 of the guys get knighted almost, it seemed like, with the chain. But Malcolm Davidson, great night. You look at that, 138 yards on the night so far, and we still have a quarter of play left.
Pretty looking chain.
And I mean, it looks good, very blingy.
Just 9 yards, or I should say 11 yards shy of his career high. Fair catch, FIU will take it at the 25. Let's go around the league in Conference USA. A few highlights. Ty Story, the Arkansas transfer, Western Kentucky quarterback, goes back to Arkansas and blows out the Razorbacks. He had
Yeah,
2 touchdown rushing, 77 yards, and he threw one in the air.
I mean, that's a statement. And for Arkansas, you have to wonder, Chad Morris, his time has to be ticking out. You lose this game to a group of 5 school, and you're an SEC school. He came at the same time as Willie Taggart. But also, look at that other number. UAB, 2 points mustered against Southern Miss.
37-2, not a misprint.
Not a misprint. Southern Miss had one of the top defenses in SBS early on in this year. Then they met Alabama. But they're back on track. I mean, with a week off, guys get healthy. And what a tremendous job, Jay Hobson and crew are doing down there in Louisiana, in Mississippi.
Held them under 200 yards of offense.
Yeah, I mean, and that UAB team's a good team. Bill Clark, very prideful coach. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one.
It's a 34-7 lead here. FAU, with the win, will move into sole possession of first place momentarily because Marshall's on a bye. As the pass is complete to the 45-yard line, Sterling Homer gives FIU now a 2nd and 2 situation.
Using some hurry up here, James Morgan being on the ball. Yeah, time is running out, and it's of the essence for this FIU offense.
24 unanswered points for FAU a week after putting up 28 unanswered against Western Kentucky en route to the win. Alexei Jean-Baptiste is check that, that's Nate Jefferson, the wide receiver in 6.
Yeah, freshman wide receiver, and Nate Jefferson from Longwood, Florida. Lyman Greyhounds, my neck of the woods, with a little end around to get the first down for FIU.
I think a defensive lineman could run like that, but in college football, double numbers.
You never know.
These days, the way the defensive linemen are moving, who knows? You're right. Morgan has a man, and he overthrew Devontae Price. And that's one they did want to have back. Price was right there, and that's a play you got to make.
And behind the defense, so you wonder if you throw that in stride, what Price is able to do with it. But I digress. It is now 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. 12:39 left in the 4th quarter. You got to get in the end zone. Got to get in the end zone.
Handoff to Price this time. About the 38-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 7. And this FIU team is 3 for 12 on 3rd down.
And the rushing yards also have not been there tonight for this squad. Outside of a Napoleon Maxwell 71-yard run, it's been tough sledding trying to run to the teeth of this FAU defense. Shad Smith, Achilles Leroy, and company really controlling the middle of the offense handedly from a defensive perspective.
On 3rd and 7, in and out of the hands of Price. The throw was a bit high, but it hit him in the hands, and it would have been a first down.
At this point, there's no kicking. It's every down's 4-down territory. And for FIU, James Morgan and company, got to make it count. You look at that last play, Devontae Price, a little high, but it hits you in the hands. You got to pull that ball in. See what they do. You have 4 wide receivers, well, 3 wide receivers and a stand-up tight end. Sterling Palmer standing up at the bottom of the screen, the offensive line.
4th and 7. I don't think the wide receivers knew who that ball was going to. Was it going to Gator, Maloney? But either way, the ball goes back to FAU. Turnover on downs.
Give me that bass, 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 give me bass. Give me that 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 bass.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Persil. Tackle tough game day stains with Persil Pro Clean Laundry Detergent, a premium clean for your premium gear. Lane Kiffin has traveled some places. He was the Oakland Raiders head coach at age 31 back in 2007 and 2008. Went 4-12 that first season, then 1-3 before being let go. Here's Antoine. D'Angelo Antoine is running down the sideline, and he is finally forced out of bounds by Richard Dames.
And D'Angelo Antoine has been the jet sweep guy, and we look at the coach. He's calling for the touchdown. He knows the speed of his receiver, and a little shy.
38 yards for Antoine. Now on 1st and 10, it's Chauncey Mason. Now make that Malcolm Davidson as he inches closer to his career high. He's the first FAU player to rush for 3 touchdowns since Devin Singletary did it against FIU a year ago. And Singletary rushed for 184 in that game with those 3 scores. Robinson rolling out, nowhere to go.
Fight another down. Throw it out. And Davidson, think about this. Devin Singletary, and you know what he's doing on Sundays. So good that you let LaShawn McCoy go to Kansas City. And Davidson's only a redshirt freshman, so technically he has 4 years. And to know that you're stacked up against that guy so soon, you're in pretty good company, and Lane Kiffin has to feel pretty good to have new running backs to refresh the 2 that he had a year ago that were amazing for him. Reason why they won the Conference USA Championship 2 years ago.
Flag on the play, and also doing this without Larry McCammon, who's...
Ball start. Offense, number 40. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Harrison Bryant jumping, the tight end. And McCammon this year has 7 touchdowns, including 1 last week. B.J. Emmons broke his ankle against Ohio State in week 1. He's a JUCO kid. He was with Kiffin at Alabama. Daniel LeConte's also hurt. So they've got plenty of backs. It's a matter of making sure that everybody gets their carries.
Yeah, you got to spread the wealth. I mean, before tonight, no back was over 400 yards on the season.
And that pass is dropped. It's Travis Harrison, but a flag is down near the line of scrimmage. It's Noah Curtis, the junior from Delray Beach, about 10 minutes from here, and who is whistled on the roughing the passer call.
And that's something, you know, motions get tight. We got Noah Curtis at the bottom of your screen. There's extra hands. A little bit of intent there, but I mean, the way they protect quarterbacks now, you cannot do that after you take 2 steps. So you're not on his body. Don't touch him.
Curtis said had an offer from FAU when Charlie Partridge was the head coach here. Then FAU took it away when Partridge was fired. Lane Kiffin came in, re-offered, and then Noah Curtis said no, and he told the papers here this week that he didn't like Lane Kiffin's ego. He didn't like Lane Kiffin as a person, and he was thrilled to get the offer from FIU.
Well, I mean, hey.
Yeah, to each his own.
Hey, each his own.
And he's
You gotta
honest.
hang your hat, and he was honest about it. Let's face it, he's been doing a great job at FIU.
A screen pass incomplete for Davidson.
Pressure on the play, had to throw off his back foot, so kind of sailed it. But 3rd down, in breathing distance. You could still get a 1st down here within the red zone if you get it past the 3-yard line. So FAU, 3rd and 4. Once again, love to say it enough. Tight ends are great options. And I think Harrison Bryant's at the top of the screen, the 2nd guy on the inside, right on the hash. And still off covered. Doing that kind of all night. Opt for the run.